face it, stress and anxiety hinder or even sabotage our healthy weight loss goals and our mental health. You may be stressed about your goals, stressed about relationships, stressed about work, stressed about food, stressed about all the things. Stress can cause you to think and do some pretty crazy things. Some of us probably still have toilet paper left over in preparation for the pandemic. In today's video, I'm going to give you some really practical ways to deal with those increasingly stressful times. I have 7 tips to help you deal with stress in your time of need, starting with your breath. Breathing is something that occurs without conscious thought. However, your conscious thought can control it. When life feels out of control, we want to focus on what we can control. Your food choices, your exercise, how to speak to yourself, and your breath. So to practice, I have 2 deep breathing techniques to show you that I've learned that have helped me greatly in times of overwhelming stress. So the first breath is called the falling out breath. Start by taking a deep breath in, filling your lungs with as much air as possible. At the top of your breath, take 1 more sip of air, then exhale with a big sigh, loud enough for you to hear it as you release the air from your lungs. Falling out breath is a great way to release physical tension in your body. The second one is called the box breath and really takes some thinking. This is how it works. You're going to inhale to the count of 4, hold your breath at the top and count to 4. Exhale to the count of 4 and hold your breath at the bottom of the count of 4. Then repeat. So this one really helps to relieve anxiety because most of the time anxiety is caused by our racing thoughts and concerns about the future. All the what ifs run wild. I know, I've totally been there. But with this breathing exercise, you can stop focusing on your concerns anytime you feel the worry increasing and instead focus on your breaths and counting. It really does work. So I want to challenge you to set a timer for just 1 minute and try each of these breaths. I'll be right here when you get done. Okay, now I hope you took a minute to do that. It's so great to actually calm your mind and your body in our overstimulated, fast-paced lives. Tip number 2 has to do with our imaginations. I once heard someone say, we steer where we stare, which makes sense if you've ever looked one side of the road or the other while you're driving. Your hand naturally wants to move that way. But I'm not talking about a car here. I'm talking about our future. When times are tough and things seem as though they're just too much to handle, we tend to focus on the negative or magnify the worst possible outcome. What I mean by this is if you're always focused on things not working out, then it's likely that they won't. Say you decide to start a new diet, but go into it thinking, everything else I've tried has failed, this probably will too, then it's highly likely you're right. Unless you stare somewhere else. Think something different. Sure, I've failed at those other attempts, but that was then and this is now. I can and I will succeed this time. So let's practice imagery. I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and picture yourself one day, 1 week, or even 1 month from now. What about your situation is different? What may be the same? Even if your circumstances look similar, how will you be different? Now, picture yourself interacting with your future world around you. You are not your circumstances. You are you, and because of that, your circumstances can feel different. So tip number 3 is to find meaning in the stressful times. Ask yourself, am I learning anything about myself? What lessons can I take away from this? How will things be different in the future? And in the grand scheme of things, how much does this really matter? And tip number 4 is pray. Take time to connect with God and allow Him to fill you with peace, purpose, and hope in times of trouble. Anytime I feel really stressed out or anxious, I journal and I pray. Every time I spend time in God's presence, I leave feeling more relaxed and charged. I feel relieved knowing that whatever I'm in need of, He will provide. That He's my comforter and ever-present help in time of need. Tip number 5 is relax. Like, find something that you love that brings you a sense of calm and do it. It could be taking a warm shower, snuggling with your fur babies, taking a walk in nature, or maybe you like to read. So snuggle up with your favorite book and a soft, cozy blanket and relax. By the way, I found this oh so soft blanket on Amazon, and it's perfect for this. I ordered the travel size, but I rarely get to use it because as soon as my 2-year-old touched it, he claimed it for himself.
So comfy.
It's so comfy?
Yeah.
Does it make you happy?
Fuzzy.
It's so fuzzy?
Yeah.
Does it make you happy?
Yeah.
Aww, I'm glad. But I'll put a link in the description box if you want to snag one for yourself because seriously, it's so soft. Tip number 6 is to take a vacation. Now, this doesn't have to be a faraway getaway here, although it could be, but this could also just be a staycation where you're taking a break from work, chores, to-do lists, emails, all the things. The goal here isn't to run away from your problems, but to just take a break from the situations that you're struggling with and come back to them with fresh eyes. It helps so much when things are piling up to walk away for a short time and then come back and tackle your to-do list or whatever other things that you need to once you're rested. And tip number 7 is just be encouraged. Reach out to someone who's going to encourage you, maybe even pray with you and remind you that everything will be all right. I can't count the amount of times I've needed to phone a friend just to hear the words, "You're not alone and you got this." Sometimes I even encourage myself, and I do that with the Word of God. This particular verse gets me through many stressful days. Jesus says in John 16:33 that in this world you will have trouble, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. That's good news. It means I shouldn't be surprised when trouble comes because Jesus said it would, but I also know it won't always be this way. And in Jesus, there is hope and a future. So that's it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section which of these stress-busting tips you found most helpful. And if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more healthy from the inside out videos. I do program reviews and healthy recipe swaps, mindset tips to live your healthiest version of your life. So don't forget to tap the bell icon so you'll never miss an episode. Thanks for watching today. Have a great week.
Look to the left, look to the right. Nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to